Welcome to our city, and here's what's going on this week around our city. On Wednesday, October 19th at 5 p.m., Mayor Bowles will join the Greater Elizabeth Chamber of Commerce at a networking event, which will feature businesses throughout the community. It will take place at the Venice Restaurant and Lounge located at 154 East Westfield Avenue in Roselle Park. For more information, please call 908-355-7600. On Friday, October 21st, at 10 a.m., Mayor Bowles will join the AARP Elizabeth chapter and seniors from the City of Elizabeth at an information session with Congressman Donald M. Payne of the 10th Congressional District. The event will be held at the Stephen Sampson Center, which is located at 800 Anna Street. It will focus on how recent Medicare changes will affect senior citizens. For more information, please call 908-820-4704. After that event, Mayor Bowles will attend the ribbon cutting ceremony for the grand opening of the new Investors Bank in Midtown Elizabeth. This branch will feature free parking, a drive-up teller, and a 24-hour ATM machine. Furthermore, for every new account opened during the grand opening, Investors Savings Bank will donate $25 to the YWCA of Eastern Union County. Investors Bank is also giving away 3 iPads as part of their Investors Grand Opening Sweepstakes. For more information, please call 973-924-5175. Following that event at 11 a.m., Mayor Bowles will join representatives from the Elizabeth Home Improvement Program, New Jersey Community Development Group, LLC, and Pinnacle Development Group, Incorporated, at the Emma Street project. This groundbreaking ceremony will be located at 1006 Emma Street, and it was a recipient of funding through the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act. For more information, please contact the Elizabeth Home Improvement Program at 908-352-8450. On Saturday, October 22nd at 8 a.m., Mayor Bowles will attend the St. Elizabeth Church Job Readiness Symposium, which will feature numerous workshops, including developing a winning resume, reinventing your career, as well as managing stress during difficult times. Pre-registration is required. The event is located at 1209 Chestnut Street. For more information, please contact 908-289-0681. Following that event at 9 a.m., Mayor Bowles will attend Financial Planning Day, which is sponsored by the City of Elizabeth and the Financial Planning Association of New Jersey. Financial Planning Association professionals will provide information on a wide range of topics, which will include general financial planning, investment and retirement planning, as well as income and estate planning. Registration is free via the online form, which is accessible through the Financial Planning Day link located on the City of Elizabeth homepage, which is www.elizabethnj.org. Again, it's www.elizabethnj.org. If you need more information concerning this or any other events this week, please contact the Public Information Office at 908-820-4124. Joining me this week to discuss some upcoming great events, Taste of Elizabeth and Restaurant Week, is Ken Richuso, the Rotary Club of Elizabeth. How are you, Ken?
Just fine, Lodge. Good to see you.
And also Arthur Lubdell.
Thank you.
Welcome, gentlemen.
Good to be here.
Ken, you're a regular on this show. Each and every year you come to talk about these events.
I do, yes. It does fly by, I tell you. We're very pleased to have our 5th annual Taste of Elizabeth.
Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
And Arthur, is this your first time here?
First time on the show, yes.
Okay.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you for the
We'll follow
opportunity.
Ken's lead and he'll get you through this. Now, what's the dates for this year's Taste of Elizabeth and Restaurant Week?
Okay, Taste of Elizabeth is October 24th from 5 to 8:30 p.m. at the Renaissance Newark Airport Hotel. And that is the kickoff of Restaurant Week. So then Restaurant Week follows from the 25th to the 31st at the participating restaurants.
Now, is there a connection between Taste of Elizabeth and Restaurant Week?
Yeah, actually, all of the restaurants who are doing Restaurant Week will be appearing at Taste of Elizabeth. So that's really nice that we have all of them participating in both events. So you can come to the Taste, try them out, pick up their sample Restaurant Week menu, which will be there at the event, and then the rest of the week, hopefully go visit the restaurants there and see what their specials are for the week.
Now, I know an event of this magnitude requires a lot of planning and a lot of involvement for different organizations. Who are the sponsors for the event this year?
Well, I'll list them for all because it's so interconnected. It's hard to separate one from the other. But the Elizabeth Chamber, of course, EDC, Groundwork Elizabeth, TD Bank is a sponsor of both this year. We're very glad to have them on board. Cablevision, Comcast Spotlight, the Star Ledger, and hopefully not leaving anybody out. Oh, the Greater Newark Visitors Bureau and GoElizabethNJ.com. So all of those are partners in both Taste and also Restaurant Week.
Now, Ken, you're a member of the Rotary?
Yes, Art can.
And Arthur, are you?
Absolutely. I'm the current club president for the Elizabeth Club.
Okay, and how many years have you been a member?
I've been a member of Rotary for 20 years and 5 years in Elizabeth.
And how do you like it? Is it beneficial?
The Rotary is a great experience. It's a great opportunity to network with individuals from the community, learn about current happenings, and to be able to make new connections.
Now, back to Taste of Elizabeth, is there a cost for this?
Yes, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The cost of the tickets is $30 ahead of time and $40 at the door.
Now, over the years, this is the 5th annual.
This is the 5th.
How has it grown over those 5 years?
Oh, it's. I can't give you a percentage. I'd say we probably had maybe 200 people at the first one. Last year we had about 400, and we're expecting the same, if not more, this year. And we're almost at capacity. I mean, there's only a certain limit that we can go further. But the vendors have grown even more so than people actually attending the event.
Now, when you went at the planning table year one, did you envision it being this big?
No. I was hopeful. We had done an event called Taste of the Towns prior to this for 13 years at Pantages in Scotch Plains, and got to the point after 13 years kind of had run its course, and we had to come up with something new. And we thought there are certainly enough great restaurants in this city that it could support its own Taste of Elizabeth. Other towns do it with far less than we have here in Elizabeth. So we decided to go ahead and try it, and had it the first year at the Doubletree, which is now the Renaissance. And we had a good participation as far as vendors. We had a good turnout as far as people from town coming, and it's just taken off from there. We're very, very proud of what's happened with it.
Now, when we talk about Taste of Elizabeth, it's a win for both sides, both the consumer and the restaurant. What are some of the benefits for the restaurants who participate?
Well, for the restaurants, it's just hands-on, people coming in and trying their food. To me, that's always the best advertisement for you can put ads in paper. You can't taste it. You've got to get out there and try it. So they really go all out, do a great job of bringing samples of their food, which is kind of hard because it has to be done at the restaurant and then transported over. So that's a little difficult, but they just do an outstanding job with that. And you try it, and I know the response is always after the event that week and even weeks to follow, what great turnout they have from people who tried it and then wanted to come to the restaurant and have an entire meal there. So,
have you heard any remarks or responses from some of the participants, folks who come in and get to eat and sample the food?
Some of them are, how come you only do this once a year? and they're stuck with that because there's no way to do this twice. But yeah, they absolutely love it. They are asking as they're leaving, what's the date for the next one? So we have a great response from the public.
Now, I don't know why you can only do it once, but I mean, I would love to see you do it every month.
See?
If possible.
Okay, yeah.
You know, from the outside looking in, you do all the work, and I'll just come in and eat.
You just come and eat, yeah.
Now, for the consumer, what's the advantages for them?
Again, it's the opportunity to try all the different foods. This is such a diverse community. You get to try, gosh, there's 20 restaurants, or 27, you're probably trying 27 different ethnic types of food, and even the ethnicities kind of blend. You know, you'll get something that's a little on the Mediterranean side from some of the Spanish restaurants, and vice versa. It's all kind of blended in very nicely.
And one thing I noticed, and I was looking at the roster of restaurants that you have, it's like one-stop shopping in one night. You know, it's a low fee to go in there instead of doing the footwork and driving across town. And,
exactly. Yeah.
And one night you get to taste the food from various restaurants. And then you go home, and if you want a later date, you come back again and again and hit different restaurants.
Exactly.
So it's good.
Right. Oh, it is. Once in fact, I had somebody once ask me, "How do we get to all these restaurants?" From no. They come to us. We're not going to all of the restaurants in one night.
Now, do you have a little map or something so afterwards they can go and find each restaurant throughout the city?
No. Well, actually, what we will have this year, and I'm sure Gordon is bringing this, is that how nicely this event has developed from just Taste of Elizabeth to then Taste of Elizabeth and Restaurant Week, and now Restaurant Week, and now there's a restaurant guide that Gordon and the Chamber brought to light this past summer. So I'm sure they'll be there too. So not only will you try the food, you'll have a nice booklet to pick up where all the restaurants are and whatnot. And they all bring their own menus anyway, so you can pick up the information right from there.
And we're not just talking about food, but there's wineries and different desserts.
There's local bakeries, there's chocolate company, there's, in fact, some of the restaurants will also bring desserts if that's one of their specialties. And beverages, gosh, everything, wines to champagnes to liqueurs and flavored vodkas, so there's a variety of everything.
We're going to take a break, and we'll be back and talk about it some more, okay?
Okay, great.
All right. We'll be back with the second half of Our City after these words. Thank you. To the second half of Our City, where we're talking about Taste of Elizabeth, which is a great event coming up. Gentlemen, in addition to the perks that we talk about, what else is there for the consumer, the person who buys the ticket? What else is they're entitled to?
We have a Tricky Tray silent auction where we have the opportunity for participants to put tickets in a number of baskets. The baskets this year are very extravagant, dealing with all kinds of donated items and services and all that kind of thing. So that's a little bit of fun that you can have while you're there. There also is a 50-50 that's available for all the participants to help us further raise funds and contribute.
Now, I heard a rumor about the dollar amount for last year. I don't know if we're going to say it on the air, but what's the norm for the 50-50?
Usually the 50-50 for Taste of Elizabeth does go over $1,000, so it is an opportunity to win some good money.
Now, the money that's brought forth, it goes to a great cause. You have a scholarship fund?
It does. It goes for our scholarship fund. Annually, we pass out scholarships at the spring of the year to Elizabeth students going on to further education. Some of the other purposes that the charitable fund goes for, we distribute dictionaries to all of the students in the third grade in the city of Elizabeth and Hillside, both public and parochial. So that's one of them. We also work on a number of other projects in town from time to time and meet needs of local organizations that petition for support.
Now, Ken, how long has the scholarship been going, do you know?
It's scholarship. It's the Rotary Scholarship Fund is called the Albert and Louise Davis Scholarship Fund of the Rotary Club of Elizabeth. It's we're having our 25th anniversary this year. We have given 266 students very close to $400,000 in scholarships over that 25-year period. So that's one of the things we're most proud of in our club.
Now, the students who have received the scholarships years prior to, have they come back, or have you seen them?
I'm glad you asked me that, because this year for our 25th anniversary, we wanted to do something special. So we've contacted as many of the recipients as we could, and we are having a VIP room at the hotel, which will just be for Davis Scholarship recipients. And we're hoping that we'll get a good turnout of that. It'll be a great networking, because this is a great networking event, and I think they'll find even at a young age that it's good to keep your contacts with your friends and teachers, and it helps as time goes on. So, and help to celebrate a little bit the fact that you did receive a scholarship from the Rotary Club. And so I'm anxious to see how this is obviously a first for this. I'm anxious to see how this plays out and if we get a good turnout, because we've mailed out a lot of invitations, and I know the mayor would be glad to hear this, but not a lot have come back from the post office. So people are staying, so it's great. So I know they're out there, and we hope that we'll see a lot of familiar faces there.
But that's good. You get to have the dinner, a chance to win, but you're also helping out a worthy cause, the scholarship.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. As I said, $400,000 is quite a number for 25 years.
Now, I understand that Groundwork Elizabeth is helping you out this year.
Yes.
What role are they playing? How are they helping you?
Well, we always look to have a little something new every year. In fact, I think this year we have 8 new restaurants. One of the, I can't call them a restaurant per se, but one of the tables will be an organization called Come Grow With Us, which is part of Groundwork Elizabeth. And they do urban gardening around town and the surrounding area. And they'll have a table of food that they've grown, products that they've grown. I'm real interested to see what they bring. I think it'll be a real nice addition to the event. And again, it's such a community-oriented event. It'll be nice to not only help us out with food, but also to help their organization out by getting their project out there and letting people know what they do.
That was a great idea. I don't know who gets credit for it, but the link with Groundworks and
Oh, they're great. Oh, I'm on their board. So that's kind of where. And I saw an article about a show that they had done elsewhere. It's very similar, and I thought, oh, okay. Yeah, little ideas pop in every now and then, and if I get them written down fast enough, they don't leave. So I contacted Jonathan. He contacted Jackie, and next thing I knew, everything was all set up. So
Taste of Elizabeth, that kicks off Restaurant Week.
Right.
How's that been working at Restaurant Week?
Very well. Again, at the event, you'll be able to pick up. Well, I backtrack a little bit. The restaurants do a price fixed menu for that week. They can do a $20, a $30, or a $40 menu. They'll be available at the event, and they're also available on the Go Elizabeth NJ Restaurant Week website, so you can see what each restaurant is doing for that week, and pick up the menus or go online and see, and then go visit the restaurant. The response has been very good. In fact, some of the restaurants keep the menu even after the week is up. It's worked so well for them. So.
Now, as we talked about new and different things for this year, one thing you forgot to mention that I'm shocked about, you went into social media this year. You're on Facebook?
We did. Thanks to Darren Bryden, we are on Facebook. So we have a Rotary Facebook page, and we have a Taste of Elizabeth Facebook page. We'll be posting pictures and
the names of the pages are Taste of Elizabeth?
Facebook Taste of Elizabeth, and Facebook Rotary Club of Elizabeth.
Right. Yeah. So someone has to do that, go to that page, hit like,
yes,
and they'll get all the information about your events and other things coming up.
Absolutely. And they can also order tickets through our Rotary website, which is elizabethrotary.org. You can order through there. So.
And is there a phone number also? In case
yes, my cell, which is now off.
And the number they can reach for tickets or other information?
Sure. Should I give it? Yeah. Sure. 908-451-3665. And if you call in advance, we will hold the tickets at the door for you at the $30 price. So if you let us know in advance, we have a will call list, and we'll hold the tickets at the $30 cost.
And I don't recall if we did or not, but what's the date and time that we're kicking this off, Taste of Elizabeth?
Taste of Elizabeth, October 24th from 5 to 8:30 at the Renaissance Newark Airport Hotel. And then Restaurant Week follows until the 31st of October.
Now, Arthur, over the years, what has been just some of your experiences at Taste of Elizabeth?
It's a wonderful night. It's an opportunity to taste some wonderful food from just such a variety. It's an opportunity to just be with friends and associates, to be able to have a good time, a good evening on the town, and I look forward to it every year.
So in addition to the great food, it's a chance to network?
Absolutely. Certainly there'll be many folks from around the Elizabeth area there, and an opportunity to make some connections and meet some new people.
Besides Elizabeth, where do some of the folks come from?
The customers, all over. I mean, we have a fair amount of people who work in Elizabeth, and others who work in Elizabeth but live in other towns. So people come from all over. I got a call the other day from someone in the Edison area who wanted to come. So yeah, it's not just Elizabeth folks that come. It's from surrounding areas.
We received calls from Rosa Park, Edison, other folks want information on it. We've had the pamphlet that we distributed for you, so you're getting a good response.
Absolutely. Really is, yeah. And that's what we want. We want people to come to Elizabeth to eat and find all the great restaurants that we have here, because there really are some terrific restaurants in town.
Now, the menu goes from, I notice you have some diners which have traditional American food.
Right.
But now you also have some other nationalities being represented. What's some of the other cuisines that can fit
Oh
there?
gosh, we've got Cuban, we've got Peruvian, we've got Ecuadorian, we've got traditional Spanish, Italian. I'm looking at
Indian.
my list. Indian, yes.
Portuguese.
Portuguese, right?
So
It's
a little bit of
A little
everything.
bit of everything. Yeah, yeah. And as I said, there's even varieties in you can have the same ethnic restaurant and they might have a different take on one thing than someone else. And Mexican, I forgot. I'm not going to mention names because I don't want to leave anybody out. But there's Mexican restaurants and.
What's some of the desserts that's offered that night?
We have Italian pastries, we have Portuguese desserts, we have chocolates, and I remember last year we had some delicious chocolate-covered apples, pies, cakes. If you have a sweet tooth, you'll be... and one little thing that we didn't do last year, we've done in the past, we'll have a little palate purifier table run by our Elizabeth High School Interact Club.
Okay.
So as you... want to cool your palate off a little bit, you can stop at the table, get a little lemon sorbet, and cleanse the palate, and continue on. So that's run by our high schoolers.
Now, if someone wanted to join the Rotary Club, how could they do so?
They can do so easiest way is to go right to the Elizabeth Rotary website, elizabethrotary.org, and there's a membership tab. You can give us your name and not a lot of information, and then we will contact the person and send you an application or actually try to get you to a meeting. That's what we like to do first, is bring somebody in, let them meet everybody and see what we do and hear about what we do, and then hopefully sign them up.
The Rotary Clubs meet every Wednesday at the Renaissance Hotel at 12:15. We have a speakers program every week that is something of interest in the area or to business in general. So we are always looking to have folks come in and hear our programs and perhaps become part of the Rotary to do good community service and to enjoy networking with other business folks.
Mm-hmm. And Rotary is geared to get as many different types of occupations and careers as possible. That's kind of the way it was set up, to blend attorneys and bankers and insurance people and teachers and just somebody from all walks of life into this one group, for networking, and then also to do work in the community and help the community out. That's kind of people with that thing in mind that we look for.
This is probably a premature question, but for the 6th Taste of Elizabeth, are there any special plans?
It's funny. It keeps growing, and I wonder how much more we can grow. I mean, if I was looking at the list today that the hotel sent me of where the tables are going to be, and I don't know that I could fit that many more vendors in there. It's pretty much at capacity, and with that comes room for the customers. So I'd like to keep it growing, but one way is, of course, sponsorship. If we got more sponsors or we got more ads in our ad journal, we can grow it that way. But the event
And if
is
someone wants to sponsor, it's probably too late for this year, but for years upcoming, how do they contact you again?
same way through the Rotary website or the Taste of Elizabeth website.
And there's various ways to sponsor, right?
Yeah, there are different degrees of sponsoring for
We have-
sponsors.
We have both an ad book that is available to folks participating, so folks can see who our sponsors are, and we appreciate all of that support that we do get from our generous sponsors.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, gentlemen. I wish you
welcome.
much success.
Oh,
and
thank you.
I'll see you out
Okay.
there and enjoy it. Thank you for joining us on this segment of Our City. Have a safe and wonderful week. Thank you.